Hi there, welcome to Burning Waters of the Moon Tarot. My name is Desiree, and this video is a reading for Scorpio. In this series, I've been doing shadow readings, and I've been using the Goliath Tarot deck. I've also been using the True Black Tarot, and then I've been pulling oracle cards using the Medicine Woman Oracle. So I'm just going to cleanse the decks really quick. I am not using Palo Santo today. I am using some copal, and I have it burning in my little Bopushkomet over here. So I recently cleaned my little altar space, my little reading space, and it's so, yeah, so it looks a little bit different. And now I'm just kind of a little discombobulated here. I was keeping everything on this side, and then I've switched it up on myself. So let's just see how this goes. Okay, Scorpio, if for any reason this reading is not fitting your situation or what you're going through right now, I suggest you try your rising sign or your moon sign. You can also try Pluto, which is the planet of destruction and rebirth and getting rid of things that don't serve you. You can, I think Pluto's in Capricorn right now, so you can try out the Capricorn video. You can also check the day chart for today and see what house or planet is in that's dealing with your situation. See what sign that is in and watch the video for that one. Not every Scorpio is going through the exact same thing, and then of course we have planets in different houses. We have planets, you know, I mean, it's just, there's just so many literal moving parts. It's kind of, I just kind of use this as a baseline to get started. And of course, I mean, portions of the reading might resonate with you and other portions may not. So I just hope to possibly shed some light on the situation and see how we can best move forward. So I am going to have to move this out of the way. We'll just put it under my beautiful malachite, and that looks good right over here. This malachite on this black, I love it. Okay, Scorpio, let's see what we have for you. The Two of Wands in reverse. We've got the King of Swords, and then we have the Hidden Inner Strength card. The subtitle is called the Shadow Cat. El Goliath, who made this deck, this is a shadow deck for him, and he made this deck in to help illuminate the shadow, to help show the shadow, and so it is a shadow deck. So some of these images might be a little haunting, like, you know, this one. But this is just amazingly done. I just think it's beautiful. The King of Swords, the Father of the Night. So this is his extra card. I think he has about 9 or 10 extra cards. And this one is called the Hidden Inner Strength, the Shadow Cat. And of course, this card is exactly that. It is an inner strength that you have within yourself that you are unaware of, that you have to tap into. You have to find ways to bring that forward. Since I don't have, you know, the copal doesn't stay on like an incense does. I was thinking that maybe the incense is maybe hurting my throat a little bit. So I'm trying to see some other things that I can burn. The copal might not be the best because it's a slightly expensive. So I might have to put something together myself, but I do have various other things. Anyhow, back to the reading. And so with this being in reverse, either, you know, it's hidden as it is, and so maybe it's actually like deeply hidden, or we're gonna have to get some cards to read on that. But what I do like here is we have the King of Swords and it's upright, and so the all kings are air, and so this is the king heir of air. This King of Swords is heir of air. His suit is air, and as a king, he is naturally air. We could say he was just born that way. And so what that means is that he's very intellectual. He's very thought driven. Things have to make sense for him. He can make sense of all kinds of things. He can put things together and make a plan, and that plan's going to work because he is sort of like this all-knowing. You know, he has knowledge. He has the ability to learn and to seek that knowledge, and he's always wanting to learn. We do have a fire card over here in reverse, the Two of Wands, and this subtitle to the card is the lightning struck antenna. And so this card basically is about once you get that spark of that ignite, that ignition, that very first spark of get up and go, which is the Ace of Wands. Then you have this too, where you're starting to put things together, you're starting to work, you're starting to gather, you're starting to build that momentum to get going, to move forward, to begin that action, right? Because that's what fire is. Fire is action. And with it being in reverse, either you're kind of held up within that striking period, or maybe you're stuck in this two, where you can't go forward into the three, where it starts to become, you start to create that forward drive really starts to bring something into fruition and starts creating within the three. So we are going to use the True Black Tarot, and we're going to dive a little deeper, Scorpio, to see what this is about. Arthur Wang is the author. I always think that's so funny when I say author and his name is Arthur. The artist as well. He drew these images, and then he also wrote the descriptions, and I think this deck is beautifully put together, and the images are amazing, and his explanations and the subtle nuances that he puts in the cards. The major arcana have a nice sort of background in this shiny this shiny thing. I don't know what it's called. Not embossing, but anyhow, it's on the background of all. There's an image on the background of all the major arcana cards, and it has something to do with the essence of the major arcana, which I think is just, it's beautiful. Okay, Scorpio, let's see what we have here. The Two of Wands in reverse for you. We've got the Knight of Cups. Then we've got the Ace of Pentacles. And we also have the Eight of Swords in reverse. So we've got water, and then we've got earth, and then we've got air. So the Eight of Swords is a card of I feel like it's a card of being stuck. Okay, so this is RWS. It's an RWS deck, and and sometimes I read RWS style, and sometimes I read based on numerology, and then I also incorporate the image too to build the message. And so with the Eight of Swords, with RWS, it's usually, uh-oh, I think I let a mosquito in. You know, darn it. That is my fault. I've got to open this, close this side of the screen. And I don't know why I don't always do that. So sorry about that. Unfortunate that my window's open on both sides, which is pretty cool. My youngest daughter is just deathly, well, no, not deathly, severely allergic to mosquitoes. They welt up really badly, and then she scratches at them and she bleeds. She's done that all her life, and I thought in her older age she would stop, but no. So they are itchy though. I'm not as allergic. I do get a small little welt and I do scratch at it a little bit, but she just goes at it. Okay, so Eight of Swords in RWS is kind of putting yourself in your own mental prison, a prison that you think is perhaps built by others, but it's actually built by you. The image on the card shows, on RWS, shows a woman who's lightly bound and blindfolded, and she's surrounded by these swords, but she doesn't quite know that if she were just to realize her actual position, she would be able to escape. And so that's kind of the feeling I'm getting with this Eight of Swords here. Is that you're perhaps kind of in your own mental situation, which is creating this blockage here for the two. We have the Knight of Cups here, and he is a knight who acts on emotions. You know, all knights are fire. They're our actionary card. But then this knight, his suit is water, so he is a fire of water. And so he acts, he like wears his heart on his sleeve, you know. He can sometimes be a little act impulsively, act quickly. However, I think I saw that mosquito. I'm really sorry, I might have to kill him, but hopefully he bites me and not my daughter. And then we have this card here, this Ace of Pentacles, and this talks about a gathering of resources. Okay, so I do see that you do have your resources here for you to get your action plan going, but I'm feeling like maybe there is just some kind of just your actions are not going in the direction that you want them to go. You're not acting in accordance to the plan that you have set out. Maybe you're acting a little emotionally. Maybe you're acting a little too quickly. And it's just not, there's not a synergy of all four of the elements to get this proper plan going and off the ground. Let's get a read on the King of Swords, because he is our expert here. So we've got the Two of Cups, water. Ooh, then we've got the Seven of Swords in reverse. That's air. And then we've got another water cup, which is the Four of Cups. So there is some kind of relationship, partnership, but this card here kind of has me a little worried. The Seven of Swords in reverse. Now this is a card of like deceit. This is, you know, this is the card of doing things behind the back. Look, we have these three daggers coming through the curtain. And then, of course, we have a rat who is, you know, representative of deceit and, you know, darkness and going in between and what is that word? You know, when someone's a rat, they, you know, they tell on you, they deceive you, they rat you out, you know. And so, and then perhaps there's just something you're not seeing here. So, because with the Four of Cups, this is a card of like complacency, of not being aware of what you actually have, not being aware of what's being given to you, but just, you know, kind of going on about in a way that you're just not acting, or you're just not you're kind of oblivious is what I'm saying, what I'm trying to pull out of of my dictionary here. um oh, it's so funny. Sometimes I just have the hardest time with words. And it's funny also because I'm an avid reader, and I was when I was younger, and I do have a big vocabulary. I know what things mean, but sometimes I just can't pull it out. Maybe it's because I'm getting older, My mother-in-law says that happens. Okay, so let's get a read on this hidden inner strength card that's in reverse. So we've got the Hierophant in reverse, Major Arcana, another Major Arcana, the Magician, and then another Major Arcana, the Tower in reverse. Wow. So there is a definite warning here for you, Scorpio. The the 8 here is you're in your own mind, you're in your own prison, but then we see this 7 of Swords here, so you're kind of going backwards. And it's almost like with this there's some deceit, and then there's some complacency. You might just be this knight here who just thinks everything's okay, and I want it to be okay, and I'm in love, and so they should be in love, and you're not really paying attention to what's really going on. The reality isn't really there. And it's kind of strange here because this king here, he is so, he's on top of it. He's kind of all-knowing. He understands what is going on. He understands, he takes in all of the information that's around him, and he's able to process that and make a good, sound decision. So perhaps, Okay, so I haven't even begun to speak on this. So let's talk about all of these major arcana cards here. The Hierophant in reverse, the Magician upright, and then the Tower in reverse. The Tower, this is a card of breaking down and rebuilding, breaking down and what does not serve you, what's not working for you. And it's about rebuilding something that's much stronger. The Magician here, he is a card of kind of taking control. He is the alchemist. He is the one who combines all of the elements together and starts making things. He starts making things happen. He's that spark of he can be compared to the Ace of Wands here, where he gets the things moving, and then also the 2 by putting them together, and then the 3 also, combining them and making something. And I think this is going to be your saving grace here. And the Hierophant in reverse, this card has to do with spirituality, but it's usually somebody who is that connection between you and the spirituality, like a priest or something. But I like to think of it on broad terms. Like it can be things like ceremony. It can be things like incantations, meditations, mantras, spell work. Just simple, anything that connects you to that higher power, that higher the spirituality that's not here of this physical plane. Anything that you can do to get in touch with that is representative here of the Hierophant. And and so with him being in reverse, I feel like maybe there's some sort of disconnect. And perhaps you are completely unaware of the inner strength that is within you, Scorpio. And perhaps this inner strength has something to do with this King of Swords. Maybe this is your inner strength here. Perhaps you are on a subconscious level aware of the deceit that's going on here. But at the moment, you're just kind of being clouded by this situation here with the Knight. and it's keeping you from propelling yourself and moving forward and achieving that which you want to achieve, that which you are passionate about. And what I see that needs to happen, there's needs to be a cleaning of house here. You really need to take a look deep inside and say, why am I complacent? Why am I acting with my heart on my sleeve? You know, I should be this King of Swords here. I should be able to make the proper decisions and be fully aware of what's happening, but yet I am being deceived, and I'm deceiving myself as well. I've got the wool pulled over my eyes. And you've got what you need here. You've got this ace of pentacles. You know, you have your resources and you have your magician here where you can start turning this 2 upside down or right side up and start moving into the 3 and start creating. So something's holding you back, Scorpio. And something has to do with these emotions, these feelings, this feeling of complacency. And I think it's keeping you from realizing that you have that inner strength, that inner burn, that inner desire to move forward. So let's go ahead and pull. I'm going to draw, pull, select an oracle card. This is the Medicine Woman's Oracle. It has a feminine feel to it. But, you know, when working with the shadow, that's what we need. We need empathy. We need compassion. And that's what created the shadow, was the lack of empathy, the lack of compassion, the lack of expression, that watery emotion. And to undo that, we've got to give the shadow what it didn't receive from the beginning. Okay, Scorpio, so we are going to draw this top card, the Path of Beauty. Okay, so card number 11. Everybody likes the number 11. It's the Path of Beauty. Walking your path of beauty elevates your feminine soul. And I'm going to read out of the book. So these cards, they're color-coded. Each back has the same color as this ribbon down here. And all of these rose-colored cards are called Gifts of the Feminine. So this is number 11. And got lots of pages in here. Okay, here we go. I am the spirit of beauty that inspires your poetic soul to embellish the world from day to day. I open the door to wonder at the miracle of life. In Navajo tradition, cultivating the path of beauty contributes to keeping Hazo, the harmony and balance of the world. Each time we are touched by it, beauty has a singular impact on our lives, even if we are not always completely aware of it. Depending on who we are, beauty can appease us, give us new courage, or put us face to face with mystery, but it will always elevate our soul because its enigma lights up our entire existence. Walking our path of beauty gives us profound feeling of belonging to the world. So let's see, and it also gives guidance. Let me see if this. You look for this essential emotion in nature, a person or place in which you live. You need beauty to feel alive. Beauty allows you to rise for a time above the weight of daily conflicts. Then harmony between the body and mind can emerge, giving you the feeling of being one with the world around you. In that moment of unity brought to you by beauty, you are reconciled with your own self. Okay, so I hope that means something to you, Scorpio, but I do want to reiterate and point out that this inner strength that perhaps you're not aware of, perhaps it is being hidden by this emotional cloud that you have put yourself in. I believe that you have the inner awareness to be able to lift yourself out of this cloud and to become this King of Swords and then shine a light on this deceit, this self-imprisonment, this false sense of this false story that you've been giving yourself. And I think it's possibly keeping you from moving forward in this situation, in this Two of Wands here. And this magician card is key. And you can use the power of the magician to cultivate that what you actually desire and what you actually can have, because you can have it all. You want this emotional situation to be true, but it's not really. It's something that you've maybe created in your head, and but you can actually have it. You can actually have it be true, and you can actually bring it into your reality, but you can't force it. So so yes, I'm going to leave you with that. I hope this has helped in some kind of way, and I will see you next video. Take care.